Hey guys, this is Mag212 and I am back with my overview on this Longshot that I've modified with a vertical priming grip. I'm going to go over all of the internal mods, the paint job, and then I'm going to show you it firing. I've been kind of putting off this mod overview for a while because I've been busy and I am a little sick at the moment. But I have to do it right now because this gun has already been purchased. So first of all, modifications internally to the Longshot. I have removed the air restrictor, put some electrical tape underneath the O-ring, added an extra spring. I added a retaliator spring, so it's still very easy to prime. And if you were to put too much power into it, it would be really hard to prime back. So it's getting much better performance, and it is much more powerful with the spring addition. That's basically all I did internally. I also made this priming grip. This is different, and I've never seen anyone do an assault grip or a vertical grip. Usually people have a shotgun grip, but what I did for the vertical grip is I took the rail from the Longshot, and you might have noticed that the rail is missing up here. I cut off this rail and I pasted it underneath the Longshot after I cut off the bipod, and I used a retaliator grip as the priming mechanism. I cut down a few little nubs on the tactical rail so that the retaliator grip slides very nicely because it usually does lock into place, but now that I sanded away those nubs, it moves freely and allows me to prime it. I used CPVC bars and I epoxied the PVC to the retaliator grip by means of like metal pins. I have two metal pins. I think these are both from Rapid Strike stocks, and I had a bunch of them, so I used those as kind of a spacer. And then I attached it to the bolt right here, and the bolt is still going through both sides, and I have a vinyl tubing kind of acting as a spacer so that this doesn't wobble around a lot. It is easy to prime, and it's pretty sturdy. I don't want to really test to see how far it can go, but I'm sure that if you put too much pressure on the bottom right here, you could snap it off because it is of course attached by the torsion of the tactical rail attachment. So what I do is I palm the grip very comfortably. I put my hand all the way flush against this, and I just do it quickly, and it's no problem. It's actually pretty easy, but it's harder if you go very slowly, so I would recommend just going like that and shooting. Since it is a tactical rail, it also does wear away a little under here, but it looks fine. It's just a little bit of a kind of paint scrape, but it doesn't really matter because I don't see it that often. That's all for the Longshot. Now I'm going to go over this Panther integration. I glued the Panther pump into where the clip usually goes in the Longshot. Then I took vinyl tubing and went from the pump to the trigger, which is located right here. As you can see, when I pump the Panther and I push the trigger right here, I get a very fast air release, and that's good because it leads to better performance. This tank has been elevated to clear the nub on the Longshot because I cut off the rail. So I stuffed the Panther tank inside of 1-inch PVC, then 1 1/4-inch PVC. I just epoxied that to the right side of the stock, this being the right side and that being the left, so that I can still take apart the stock to disassemble it. I also have a 1/2-inch PVC coupler, and this is the barrel. It's CPVC inside of 1/2-inch PVC, and that goes into here like that. And I do have some hot glue, which is kind of messy, but it's filling the dead space. But it doesn't really matter because once you put on the barrel, you can't see it at all. That's really all for the modifications to this gun, so now I'll go over the paint job. The paint job was a silver base coat. This was a Rust-Oleum silver aluminum, and that's the base coat. Then I used Citadel Evil Sun Scarlet for the red detailing, and Citadel Abaddon Black for the black detailing. I think it turned out very nicely, and it definitely is a very cool paint job. So now that I've gone over all of the stuff like the modifications and the paint job, I'll show you it firing. The Longshot performance is as to be expected with a simple spring addition. You're not going to get anything great unless you put a heavier spring and a brass breech in it. But I am pretty happy with the performance of the Longshot. It does shoot much better than stock, and the Panther also shoots very well. I like the vertical priming grip because I have a comfortable place to rest my hand and I can still prime whenever I want. In the stock Longshot, I would have to have my hand up here to pull the bolt, and that's not very comfortable. So I am very happy with this mod altogether. So that's the video on my modified Nerf Longshot with a vertical grip. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.